Hello everybody, Darren Bradbury here. I hope you're all very well. Okay, so today we're going to go through, we're going to do something very special. We're going to go through and I'm going to break down the numbers for you, and I'm going to show you why my passive trades is so sustainable. I'm going to prove it actually in the numbers as well, break it down, show you what the requirements of it is for its break even, for it to go into its profit margin, to show you actually everything, so that you can know the numbers for yourself, guys. Okay, so there's nothing hidden. And we're going to start off, and we're going to come across, and we're going to look. Now remember, the plan, each plan is $5, guys, and it returns up to 125%. Up to 1.25% per day, but we say consistently above 1% per day, right? There's no reason really for us to need to go below the 1% per day. So we're going to base it on 1% per day over 125 days. That's 125% on the pack. So let's work it out based on every $1 that we have coming into the system. Okay, so you can follow this as we go through, and I'm going to show you A, for my passive trades, and then I'm going to show you B, how you can use this to actually be able to work it out for any system. And then we're going to go through, I'm going to show you some tools and things that I use to be able to break down the numbers, and they'll all be available actually below this in the description as well. Okay, so you'll be able to see from there, so that you can use it for yourself to break down the numbers for you. Okay, it's very simple once you've got it all in place. Okay, so 11% goes to referral commission. Okay, in my passive trades we've got 8% on level 1, 3% level 2. As it says there, yes, this is real money and needs to be evaluated when looking at any opportunity. Okay, all of that money is essentially, it comes out of the capital that's coming in. Okay, so what you're funding, that 11% is coming out of that. Okay, so that's going to your referral. Okay, that's not going to the company. Therefore, that leaves 89 cents from every dollar that's coming in into the trading fund that needs to pay $1.25 in the 125 days. Okay, 125% of the original $1 pack or $1 that you'd put in. Okay, obviously ours are $5 packs, but we're just basing it on the $1 for easiness and rounded numbers. Now $1.25 is 140% of 89 cents. Okay, it's 140%. So that is what we need to do across the 125 days. Essentially, but it actually gets broken down even further than that. So that means 40% profit needs to be made over 125 days, as we can see clearly there. Okay, so just moving this down a little bit. 40 divided by 125. Okay, so you've got 40% is the requirement and 125 days to do it in. Means approximately 0.32% daily. Okay, is the profit margin. That is the profit that needs to be made for the system to remain sustainable. Okay, anything above that is actually going into a profit, and we'll talk about that shortly after as well. Okay, but on a monthly basis, it means that it's approximately 10% it needs to do in profit. Now our trading portfolio averages 15 to 20% per month. But everything is risk assessment. When working on a day-to-day basis, members purchasing plans daily, and later members withdrawing daily. Okay, members withdrawing daily, members repurchasing daily, it means the same thing. Okay, profit works this way too. Some days trading can be a loss. Okay, that's just part of trading. That's just part of the way it works. Not every day is going to be a win. That is where the +5 to 10% average keeps you ahead. Okay, so like we said, 10% is the requirement. Ours is say 15 to 20% on an average month. So with that in mind, okay, like I just explained very quickly in there, some days are at a loss. In the days that you're in a loss, you could still have people repurchasing. Okay, that is essentially the same as a withdrawal. You can have people withdrawing. Okay, now withdrawing on a loss obviously means that a 3% loss, for example, would actually become more like 4 or 5%. Okay, that is where the plus 5 to 10% on what we would be averaging above what the requirement is, that is what keeps it sustainable. Okay, make sure that you always keep that in mind. Not every day in trading is going to go exactly the way that you want it. Okay, this also allows us to build an ongoing reserve for the system. Okay, so what from our average that we actually do on a monthly basis to the requirement, taking in the peaks and the troughs, okay, that's where we're going to be averaging out to be. It allows us to actually build a reserve. Okay, so all of the additional profits in the system, we don't take any profit from the actual trading activities, guys. We don't take any profit from the from when members are funding. When you're purchasing, we don't take no profit. The only way that we take profit is exactly the same way that you will earn as a member. Okay, we have our own members account. Of course, it is the admin account, and we do have the advantage of people joining through the website directly. Hands up, that's exactly very, very true. Okay, and probably very, very well deserved. But that is the way that we earn in the system as well. Okay, so that 11%, that's where we're making our money to, plus we're obviously compounding in the system as well. Okay, so moving forward, this allows us to build an ongoing reserve in the system. Now, of course, bull runs, we all love a good bull run. But should we rely on it to happen? Definitely no. Definitely we shouldn't. When they happen, it's fantastic. But when they're not happening, when you're in the troughs, when you're in the bear market, you know, you can't be relying on just a bull run to happen, okay? Now, of course, bull runs we love a lot, but should we rely on them? No. When you set an achievable goals like what we have ourselves, such trading times where we have in our own trading fund seen profits of in excess of 150% per month. Okay, what this essentially means is that in the bull run, for the major months of a bull run, we have seen profits of 150%, up to 150% in 1 month. Remember, the bull run can be crazy. Like last year, for example, we saw Bitcoin going right the way from $1,000 through to $20,000 in the space of a few months. Okay, of course, during that period, yes, we're making very, very big profits. Okay, 150% per month. I'd like to point out as well something. Okay, we could be making more than that 150% per month, like in the situations that I've just said. However, we've done 150% per month, with extremely low risk. Okay, we do low risk trading. Nabil Armani, who is our master trader, he is not a gambler, he is a trader. Okay, he only trades when there's signals, when all of the signs, when the fundamentals, the technical, when they all correspond with one another, and when it shows a good clear trade. Now, of course, like I said at the beginning, that doesn't always mean it goes in your favor, but it reduces the risk considerably, so that actually you can find yourself in a very stable form of, and a very stable and very safe, in fact, way of trading. Okay, we can use the daily percentage while building that all-important reserve. Okay, so if, for example, 150%, that's a crazy amount to be doing in a month, when actually you only needed to do 10%, it means that we can increase the daily percentage. We do this at our discretion, so although it says up to 1.2% daily, we can actually increase that for a period of time if trading is giving much bigger results. But at the same time that we're doing that, first and foremost, we'll always be building the reserve as well. So say, for example, in that example that we just gave, okay, we could actually raise it to 2-3% per day, and that would still be giving us the equivalent of 2 or 3% per day to be putting it away into the reserve. When it goes back to the 1% and we're all running back like what we said before, if we go into, let's say, an average market conditions, then we're still building upon that reserve. If we go into a bear market a form, or a few weeks or a month even, for example, with very low liquidity, very low volume, not many trades emerging, not many safe trades emerging, shall I say, okay, then we have the reserve there in place. That means that everything can just continue to run smoothly. As the system is in USD, so will a large proportion of the reserve be, meaning in times of low volume and consequently low trading activity, no stress, no drama, because everything is already covered. The USD is there, okay, so if the market does take a big plunge, we have the USD there. It also gives us a great big advantage to be able, or it gives us a great big step to be able to take advantage of the market if it does come right the way down on a bear market. If it does crash, look what we've seen, okay, from the early stages of this year. If it does do that, you know, then we have a lot in holding in USD. We're able to buy in on that low time, of which then we can trade and run back up. Okay, now for your own benefit, this simple structure to work out the sustainability and requirement of any program. As I've just given you the numbers and just used it as an example for my passive trades, I'm just going to give you the numbers again, but I'm going to give you the actual kind of formula, the way that you can work it out yourself so that you can do it for any system. It will save you money in the long run, okay? It will save you your brand in the long run, and it means that you'll be able to see exactly what it is that you're going into, and you'll be able to work it out, okay? Because I think you'd be very, very surprised as to what difference in the daily percentage, in the weekly, in the total maturity rate, etc., of many systems, guys. I think that you will be incredibly surprised as to actually how small changes can make big differences. Okay, so yeah, like we said, this is for your benefit. The way you work it out is you work it out for every $1 coming into the system. So you remove the referral commission, okay? So the percentage, so say for example, if it's 11%, like what we did, what my passive trades is, that would leave you 89 cents. Also minus admin profit is if there is any that you know about, okay? Our system, we don't take any profit that way. However, some do. Be aware, make sure that you take it off if it is relevant, okay? Use easy solution showing in video. Here's one I made earlier, okay, and I'm just going to pop across. We're going to go into easy solution and I'm going to show you remove to work out the percentage, okay, overall remove 100%, and that's the capital is the remainder of the break margin that it needs, that the system needs to essentially break even. Okay, so we're going to come across to easy solution. When it decides to load in a second, I'll be able to show you exactly how you can actually work out, here we go, okay, how you can actually work out the percentage of what you want to do. Okay, so say for example, total percentage is, let's just say 150%. And let's say once you've taken off the referral commission, etc., from a system, then let's just say there's 15% referral commission, so that means 85. We can calculate that. Whilst I'm recording this video, this is running rather slow, but yeah, we'll just give that a few seconds to upload. That's not a problem. Guys, and you'll be able to actually see the figures and everything, right? And it breaks it down for you and shows you, A, it shows you the mass calculation, but B, it shows you what the actual full percentage return would be. Okay, it's on a bit of a proper go slow at the minute. The weather outside is, to say the least, as well, so that's probably not been very helpful. But let's see if we can just bring it down far enough just so that I can show you. Over here, of course, it's showing you just all of the calculation and everything. You can have a look at that if you're interested in it. If not, not so bad. Okay, so now we have 100 is 176.47. So let's just say 100. Let's round it to 176% of 85. Maybe there is a system out there using that. I don't know off the top of my head. Okay, but that's what it would be. Okay, and their requirement to break even would be 76. Over and then obviously the amount of days, guys. Okay, so then divide this by the amount of days. This will show you the daily average requirement. Multiply this by giving 30. Multiply this by 30, giving you a rough monthly average. Remember, not every day is a win, so to be safe, apply an extra 20%, like what we did up above, to the requirement yield, just to be safe. Okay, For example, our 10%, that was our requirement, can be seen safely at 12%. Following this simple target, you'll be able to tell the difference successfully between a success and a loss, and it takes just a few minutes to do. Check out what profit is actually possible, and where applicable, ask for past results. This is what our free signal service is for all of our members in My Passive Trades. You can actually go in there, it mirrors the company's portfolio, it mirrors the trades of which the company has done, so you will be able to see that that profit is actually being generated. To suggest that you do the same for any other system, so that you can kind of get a bit of a feedback, so that you can use that to work out your own numbers. Are they actually doing what they say that they're doing? If you like what you see, come join us at mypassivetrades.com, and where you will be able to obviously sign up and see all of the information. We're currently in a pre-launch. We will be in a pre-launch until probably the end of next week, when we will be looking at going to an official launch. That is when funding will open. That is when the system will start running. But for now, just look at the numbers, look at the sustainability of a program. There is no reason why a system shouldn't be able to continuously run without having errors, if the mathematics actually adds up and makes sense. And as you can see above, the requirements for this are very, very achievable. However, that does not mean that it is not worthwhile. It is still very lucrative at the same time. Compounding at 1% per day will allow you to build your account in a sustainable, but actually a very, very progressive speed, up to the level requirement that you need to be to withdraw from the system the amount that you would like to do. Whatever your target may be, $100, $500, $1,000, there is no limit. Okay, because with the sustainable system as this, there is no requirement to have any limit. It is dollar to dollar, it is percentage to percentage. It doesn't matter if you're taking 10% of a dollar or 10% of $1 million, it is still the same percentage. All of the requirements are all exactly the same. All of the margins are all exactly the same. Okay, so that's it from me on this video. Okay, I hope that this really does help you. I hope it helps you to see the figures. I hope it helps you to see the way that the system actually works. I hope it gives you an understanding as well as to what is required from us, okay, and how that is actually achieved. Okay, obviously we are not going for the high pay and the fast one. Okay, because we know it doesn't work. We are going for strong and stable, okay, and at the same time though, strong and stable, but we will be able to share in the success in the better months, in the bull runs, for example. Like we said, we'd be able to raise up percentages, the packs of qualifying out quicker, easier, quicker compounding, meaning that your account will build faster, meaning that you make more money. Okay, but at the end of the day, it is all in a sustainable way. Guys, that's it from me. I hope that you all have a fantastic day. One last thing. Although we say that it's in USD, funding is in cryptocurrencies, withdrawals are in cryptocurrencies, so it is a way to actually build your cryptocurrency as well. Guys, that's it from me. Everybody have a fantastic day. I hope that you find this one very helpful. Below this, I will put the link to My Passive Trades. I will put the link for where you'll be able to go and find that simple calculator to help you to work out for future reference and checking anything. Also, I'll put the link to our Facebook community. We've got a very strong community growing very quickly, where you can post comments, talk to other members, and in general, just catch yourself up to date with the system and everything going on. That's it from me. You have a fantastic day, and I'll speak to you again very soon. Bye for now.